Hey gamers, welcome to another DSP video. I want to watch some clips, some odds and ends if you will, because I really want to illustrate uh just a lot of shit that DSP has been saying lately because I think we're going to learn a lot in this video. So let's just get right into it. Enough of the build up, right? Let's get going.
I've moved more to, hey, play a game for 5 hours and give you my initial impressions. Those videos are doing very well,
Oh my
right?
god,
Whenever I
this is actually really cool. Like, he actually did change as a content creator. Like, a lot of people think that DSP is some, like, his content didn't really change or do anything. And I get that. I think that's, like, the surface level. Like, you really think at first that he either is grifting more or begging more or being fake or whatever. But actually, I think it's just his content has changed and we just really haven't appreciated what he really has done in his career. He has been around for like years, 20 years. He started at the very beginning. And that's really hard to remember sometimes. You think about all these other content creators, and really, DSP has really stood the test of time. And he actually innovated in some ways, if you think about it. Now he's integrating the Devoom. That was added like years ago when he did the collaboration with Kino Casino. That was like a very interesting segment. And he actually added like the Lego Piranha Plant, the little fist with the controller. Like, these are actually really cool things to add to the background because it really, like, shows how much he loves gaming. I really can't believe it took me this long to really understand why he had these things, because it's very easy to think that he's just putting these behind him like it's a just for decoration, but it's actually just showing us that he's a gamer. And I think the Chrono Trigger and Zelda is also really cool. It shows us that he loves Chrono Trigger and Zelda. Like, no, I don't think anyone even knows what Chrono Trigger is, because DSP is really a true gamer. Because, everyone talking about Call of Duty, Zelda, Mario, do they even know what Chrono Trigger is? I bet they don't even know who that guy is. The character that's standing right there. I don't think anyone except DSP would know that, and the lore.
whenever I play this new game and it's kind of everyone's on the fence about the game and I give you my initial impressions, the videos actually do well. They get good views and they get great engagement for the channel and they bring more viewers to the channel.
Yeah, dude, like, so many people do this as well, but I like that DSP said it, right? Like, everyone just uploads videos and they really only talk about the engagement on a video when they're really just talking about, like, either when the engagement is low or whatever. He's telling us that the engagement's high right now and saying that making videos explaining why a game may or may not be good is actually really interesting. And he does it in a way, not in like a review or whatever. And you're not even sifting through like tons of reviews that kind of like, mold together in a homogenized slop mess. He actually like shares his opinion in a podcast with other topics. And he also reminds us the schedule. I didn't like show us that part. I am like watching this video on his channel because I want to give him the proper credit, because I also realize that nobody knows DSP Gaming's channel like at all. And it's kind of like insane. So I'm glad I'm actually giving him credit for this podcast that he did. And I also I have to say this too. He got $100 in Super Chat. Now it says $99, but it's kind of the same thing, honestly. Like, it's only $1 off. What, we're splitting hairs on that. He's making a lot of money. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, it's only one guy. Theo, it's one guy supporting him. It only takes one person to really show their support. Because honestly, I support other people, but I don't give them $100. I might buy a hat or something that's like $20, $40 or whatever. That's like nothing, and that's only on my terms. He's getting someone to give him $100 on a stream that is notoriously slow and doesn't get a lot of attention. Like, you really know he has a lot of fans when you see one person show up with $100 and wants to give it to him. Like, no one really does that with anyone else. Like, if I watched Mega 64, am I going to see someone drop $100 on when they're streaming their podcast? No, like, no one's going to do that because, you know, these people are billionaires, right? Or whatever they are. I don't know. Like, I'm sure James Ralph or Rolf, behind the Angry Video Game Nerd, I'm sure he's a millionaire too. And I don't think he gets anyone to like tip him or super chat him $100 like DSP does. So it really shows just how supported he is and how successful he is. And it really illustrates the success of the crowdfunding style that he actually innovated. You know, you think crowdfunding, you think like GoFundMe, Kickstarter, and it's always to like fund a specific project that needs financing, that may not be able to get financing in the traditional ways, etc. But DSP has innovated in the sense that you are now crowdfunding just a dude like playing video games. Like, this is actually could be possibly the next step for indie streamers like DSP. And I think DSP really should call himself that. You know, he keeps saying that he's a streamer, he's a live interaction. I think he should call himself an indie streamer because he is independent, and he really has a harsh stance on sponsorships and corporations. So I really think that, you know, he's not getting a lot of recognition for being the the first real independent streamer. You know, I would say independent gameplay playthrough guy on YouTube. I kind of want to. I think Chris Chan really does also need some recognition for their contributions into the indie into the indie scene of making game playthroughs and recording that on YouTube or just recording it in general. You know, even Christian pointed the camera at the TV. Like, Christian and DSP really share a lot of the innovative, creative vision in the industry that no one really like gives them the proper credit. They always focus on the like negative, dramatic bullshit. And I have to say, you know, everyone was talking about WWE champions. I have to say this as well. That is a load of bullshit. You know, I don't think he was down from the rafters at all. I think maybe he was for like one day, and then he did sell the account. However he did it. Now, I don't know how he did, because I never use WWE champions and these like off-market places. But I'm sure DSP is like really understands that, because he plays the game, and you know, he streamed it, and he had a lot of know-how on how to navigate the game, how to like really utilize it. So it wouldn't surprise me if he really understood how he can sell the account, even though I think Supercard or whatever, not Supercard, Scopely does not allow that. I think a lot of fans of WWE champions like kind of use these underhanded methods to sell accounts and all this other stuff, and it has been done before. I think a lot of people want to like roast DSP on breaking TOS a lot of times, and a lot of it is for bullshit reasons like hateful slurs or hateful speech. I think it's hateful slurs, if I'm not mistaken. And what slurs has he ever said? You know, sure, he said the R word. You know, I don't want to say that myself, but is it really that bad? I mean, I know a lot of people say it's bad and it's offensive, but like, you know, you have to watch DSP's content and you can really understand why it's okay for him to say it. You know, like I think we just have to like understand this is just part of his content, and I do think this is also an elaborate hoax on everyone who watches him. I think like a lot of the detractors make videos shitting on him, not knowing that they're actually the ones being played. I think you know, eventually people are gonna slowly start to understand that he's actually owning them. You know, he's making videos and he's streaming, and they're just responding to the shit he says. Like, that's kind of crazy. Think about it. He says whatever and people just respond to it. Like, that is insane. You know, like you want to see this guy's insane, but look at the detractors. You know, he could say like uh Miyamoto is a hack, and these detractors are gonna say actually he's not a hack, and it's like bullshit. Like, oh, he made multiple games and made Nintendo like a lot of money and an icon. Like, how do you know that? I think people just don't understand that Nintendo is big because they're Japanese and they're popular. That's why they're big. They're not big because they have anything that is of value. Except for the times that DSP has played, like honestly, DSP has made Nintendo more popular because he plays a lot of their games and he's honest about Nintendo. Like, a lot of people like are hyped and excited for the Mario movie, and I want to really get into the Mario movie reaction he has because I think his is the best reaction I've ever heard. But let's go through this. I'm getting way ahead of myself. I have a lot to say because there's just a lot to cover about this guy.
So instead of me just saying, do a raw playthrough of a game from start to finish, and that's all I put on the channel, instead, it's more of, hey, play a game, test it, do a first impressions, then decide if we're actually going to continue with it or not.
And it's really good he does these impressions. I said this before, like, he does that with the podcast and he does it within the playthrough, but he also sometimes makes a video. Now, of course, this is all, like, within the allotted time, so he didn't have time to do it for Resident Evil 9 or Expedition 33 or anything like that, but he was able to do it for like Crimson Desert to let us know that it's a terrible game. Now, this was before the patch that fixed everything, and honestly, I think, it's true what he says, first impressions are everything. So I saw that video, and I was like, I don't think I want to give it another chance. Now, he is giving it another chance, but I don't know. And he seems pretty bored by it, and he's saying that the combat's still not that great. So I do think that it's not even worth playing because he has explained that the game still did not make any major changes from the patch that everyone claimed changed the game.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. In the case of Crimson Desert, I don't, but then I come back later. I think as long as my attitude adapts and changes with what people want, I'll be good. If I don't become old Phil, who gets so set in
and that's the other thing. He has adapted a lot. No one really sees or appreciates how quick he is to adapt to things. He sticks with games that work, and then when he thinks that they're not working, he does let us know that he's a little concerned, but it's okay. He's not expecting it. He's just saying, like, hey, by the way, like, the stream isn't doing so well. And I think that's fine. I think it's fine to remind the viewer that the quality of the stream and how supported it is, because honestly, as a viewer, you may be lost with just watching his content. It is actually really immersive. Like, you get really lost in his streams. That never happens on any other stream because everyone else is busy selling you bullshit and shilling at you. But DSP actually does remind you because he knows that you're so immersed in his content that's actually really meaningful. And I know that a lot of detractors may ask, "Oh, what's so meaningful?" I think the meaningful part of it is that he lets you stew within the game. Like, you're watching a stream and you really like get lost in what he's playing. Like, you're like, right now he's playing Crimson Desert. You may get lost in like what he's playing and how he's playing it. It's actually like really unique in a lot of ways. I think a lot of people don't really do when they do these Let's Plays. I've seen all these people play games and it's just kind of like, okay, wow, you're playing Slay the Spire. And honestly, a lot of people do not even want to support him playing in the game he loves. And I think that's really sad. Like, he loves Slay the Spire too. Now, of course, he did say, like, the week before or so that he was gonna, like, stop playing it that week or so when he played every character. But I think it was unfair that the viewers didn't even support that. Like, he was doing a playthrough he liked, and, his fans didn't really stand up, and the trolls, like, they yelled at him about it. Like, how is that fair? You're yelling at DSP, for doing what? Streaming? Like, we're gonna yell at him for streaming now? Like, this is bullshit.
in his ways that I refuse to listen to feedback and I refuse to adapt and I refuse to change, I'll be fine. If I go back to old Phil, I won't succeed. Old Phil was so stuck in his ways and so up his own butt about being the
Well,
best
guys,
that
this is like really like self-reflecting, and he's actually like illustrating how much he understands where he fucked up in his career, where he's like, look, I was stuck in my ways and now I'm actually adapting. Like, this is actually like interesting because like he doesn't do that now. Actually, if you look at his content, sure, he's like playing Street Fighter 6 a lot and he wants to only like focus on the characters he's good at and not try anything new or try different characters, but he just wants to stick with what he knows works because he just wants to make sure you can get a fair chance of winning. And he wasn't getting that with Alex. Like, Alex is actually a pretty bad character. Everyone hates him, apparently. Even after the story patch, like even after they buffed his story or nerfed it, I don't know. Like the fighting game community is lost now because they don't know what they want to say about Street Fighter 6, because as DSP said, they don't want to lose Street Fighter forever. So they kind of have to like walk on eggshells in regards to Alex and how they interpret Alex and what they think is valuable in Alex's story or not. I think the change and shift away from that is unique, but I don't know what to think of it because he doesn't know what to think of it either. Like, think about it. They made this change to Street Fighter 6 and the FGC is lost. They don't know what to think about it. And DSP didn't say anything. I think DSP needs to say something about Alex's changes to the story, because right now all we can really allude to is his statement in a DSP React stream he did years ago, where he was against incest because it wasn't meaningful. And I think that's really good advice. I think it's important to understand that you need meaningful relationships. A lot of people just chase the easy relationship, and I think you do need to go after meaningful stuff. But a lot of people are stupid and they don't know that. And I think DSP is the guy to like let us be aware that meaningful relationships are possible. Because if no one is telling us that, like the school system sucks, the government is terrible, and the only one that understands this is DSP, and no one wants to take him seriously because he like jerked it on stream or some bullshit that was ancient history. Has he jerked it yet? Like, come on. Like, a lot of people keep holding that over him. Same with WWE champions, and it's like, okay, yeah, he lied for 7 years. Get over it. Come on.
old Phil didn't want to listen to any criticism about you got to go to red capture, you got to go to live streaming, you should do this with your content, And that was my own fault. That's my own problem that I had to recover from.
And I think he recovered. I think DSP recovered from all these like flaws.
Nope, haven't seen anything about a game Legend of California. Haven't heard about it.
And see, he's also responding to chat. They asked if he heard of a game, and he said no. Never heard of it.
I love it when idiots say stuff like, well, you don't listen to criticism. Well, that's not valid. If you're going to say...
Yeah, okay, listen to this. Some dumb fuck in his chat said DSP doesn't listen to criticism. Dude. He streamed for years. And everyone loves his content. Like, let's look at the chat. Great podcast, as well as reactions. Keep it up. I like your button up. Like, see, he has like people who actually support him and they like his content, and they're saying that he doesn't listen to feedback. Like, him going to Kino Casino again. A lot of people think that like that he was trying to trick Kino Casino, or that they were trying to trick him, but he knew that people wanted to see this collab happen, so he made it happen because he knew that's the content that people wanted. And then he decided that he doesn't want to do it anymore because he wants to do variety content. Like, they were doing the same bullshit. Oh, Phil, show us your underwear again. Phil, can you like do a push-up for me? Phil, let's talk about your refrigerator. Like, these are all like stupid shit that like trolls want to like see him do. But like DSP just wanted to do content and for his fans. And I thought he got out at the right time after his fans reminded him or told him like, "Hey man, like I think they're being mean to your wife." And he was like, "Oh wait." And he like continued. Like, he went on to like push back because he was so interactive with his chat. Like, his chat had to remind him about that. And I think that's like interesting. And of course, everyone wants to be negative about that. Like, why are you being negative about him wanting to protect his family? And his chat also wants to protect his family too. Like, that's how interactive they are. That's how much they're a part of his community and a part of his family. That even they want to step in and defend his wife from being insulted by uh, some other streamer. It's like, this is what a real community is.
Say you don't listen to criticism, you should say, well, you see, you don't listen to criticism because here's a couple examples of when you really should have listened and you refused. Instead of just making a blanket statement with absolutely no justification.
Yeah, like, the guy also said that, like, I'm sure they're gonna say some bullshit like, well, I shouldn't be expected to write down a whole book report about his failings. I'm just saying in general that there are times, like, he's gonna say some bullshit like that, but like, he's streaming. Like, you think he's gonna like understand what you're talking about? Like, this person is really stupid to just say, "Oh, you don't listen to feedback." Like, you have to provide an example of a recent time that, like, within the year that he didn't listen to feedback. Like, I think it's a little unfair to expect DSP to be aware of any time that he didn't listen to feedback. That's relevant. You're gonna talk about the direct capture thing. He just addressed it.
I don't care about you. If you're going to actually be logical and say something intelligent, then I'll listen. But you didn't say anything intelligent. You just made a blanket negative statement that no one cares about.
Now, of course, everyone's gonna jump on this saying, "Oh, he's being negative to his audience. He's calling this person stupid." But he started, and DSP's just reciprocating the energy. Like, that dude is trying to like prove him wrong. So of course, he's gonna be mad, and he has every right to be mad. Like, it's his stream, okay? I love that he also has these silent moments
I just
in his
exactly. I just did
podcast.
respond to criticism.
It really lets you think about what he said, you know? Like it really adds to the experience. It really like is like you're there watching it
So
live.
if you need a PowerPoint to tell you you're wrong, no, I need an intelligent human to relay intelligently what you think it is that I'm doing wrong or could improve upon so that I can understand it, absorb it, and apply it. Not you're wrong.
Now, of course, I'm sure everyone is like saying like he's so roundabout with this, but I think it is nice he's overly explaining that he wants people to provide an example. Like, he has to explain it in a roundabout way so we really understand what he's looking for, because it's easy to say, "Oh, bring an example," and that's like too general and vague. Like, you really have to explain like what he's looking for in the interaction. I think that's very important.
Literally just looking at someone saying you're wrong is completely worthless. What you need to do is explain. But you actually need to have like intelligence in your brain to do that, not just say you're wrong, or else you're like a little child on a schoolyard. Ha ha, you're wrong. Why am I wrong?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh my god. See, like, and people think he's not funny. You don't think that was like hilarious? Like, that was like the funniest thing. Like, he is explaining how dumb it is to say just "you're wrong," and he's illustrating like the kind of people that would say that. Like, it's actually really funny. Now, of course, everyone's gonna weaponize Jade and say, "Well, Theo, Jade is like, handicapped, and he's doing this, all this stuff." He's not doing it at Jade, okay? He's doing it at other people. Like, he doesn't include Jade because he doesn't see Jade in that way. Okay, like I think we need to really step back and realize that DSP has no ill will towards Jade, and he doesn't see Jade like that. Like everyone else, all these trolls are just trying to weaponize Jade against DSP, and it's like kind of fucked up because DSP is making a lot of content that Jade enjoys. Now, of course, Jade also, like DSP, is honest and will say he doesn't like a playthrough. And of course, everyone is going to try to say, oh, Jade is so fucking negative. And it's like, you know, it's so easy to focus on negativity that I think, DSP offers a lot of positivity in its content that we should be really enjoying instead of focusing on the negativity that's so easy in today's life. But it's really because everyone is miserable and they have terrible lives and uh, they just don't know the value that DSP provides. And this will be a running theme, by the way, like the value of a streamer because DSP has a lot of value. And he has nice scrolling leaderboards. Like, how many people have a scrolling leaderboard that changes font? Like, he changes the font every stream. Like, it's not every day, it's every stream.
Listen, how much for you to watch the Turkey Tom vid? More than you have.
Oh, so, I almost forgot. This came out when that fucking YouTuber, Turkey Tom, or I like to call him Turkey Bitch, made a video shitting on this guy. And like, look, I'm not gonna watch it because it's slanderous as fuck. There's a part where Turkey Bitch says, DSP was mad that he couldn't put a fight stick from another controller in another one. Why would he think an Xbox controller would work on a Sony controller? Okay, Turkey Bitch, that's not what's going on there. First off, it's not about the brand, it's about the type of fight stick he got, okay? He got a Quanba at the time, and he was trying to put a Hori joystick into a Quanba. Now, DSP didn't know this because no one said this to him. It wasn't on the box. It wasn't in the packaging. It was nowhere to be seen that Quanba uses specific parts that cannot be interchanged easily compared to any other fight stick that he uses and that he used to use. Basically, Quanba I think was his first ever fight stick that wasn't like Hori. Because you could change fights, and he got that wrong. Like Turkey Bitch got multiple things wrong, and everyone wants to use this stupid video as a way to prove DSP's ineptitude or shortcomings. And that video comes from a negative place in Turkey Bitch's heart. Like if Turkey Tom or Turkey Bitch really thought about it, he really would have realized that DSP is the hard-working streamer. Like he says he's the blue collar of streamers, and I think that's actually accurate. A lot of people dog on that because of actual blue collar workers, but he is getting a paycheck for doing this, and he's in a tax bracket, if you will, and he has a hard time living sometimes. Like he's like everyone else. And people just need to understand, like, this is just a career that anyone else could get. Like, if you wanted, this could be your career. And that's what he's doing. And as I said before, this is a very innovative career he chose. Like, he's the first ever crowdfunded independent streamer. And I think that is, like, interesting to think about.
That's for sure. Again, if I spent all of my time reacting, responding, giving any kind of time or credence to the things that are said about me, I would never have time to make my own positive content. And if I was so hyper-focused on what everyone else said about me...
Yeah, like, he is telling us right now that he's super busy. Now, of course, everyone is going to bring up when he commented on Olmec's video, when he was talking to Wings. Look, he talked to Wings because he genuinely cared about Wings' well-being, and he was trying to help him. Like, he was trying to help him and give him, like, something to aspire to. Like, he was, like, relating what Wings is going through with his own, like, issues so that Wings could understand, like, look, you could have what DSP has if he just has the same mentality. And I think that's like really cool. Like how like nobody does that for him. Like nobody goes to his streams and says hop on a Discord call to help him. Like no one does that. No one helps them. Uh sure, Asmongold tried, but honestly, like we know what that was. Asmongold was trying to get a viral clip off of DSP's name because Asmongold, let's be honest, Asmongold is not doing so well. He is struggling, and he's in a lot of political turmoil. He's saying a lot of like risky things just to get clicks. And it's terrible. Like he's in such a bad place content wise. He is struggling every day. Like that's why he's being extreme in some cases, and why like things happen sometimes. But DSP, like he's just going on, doing what he does best, and he did Asmongold a favor. He did him a favor by showing up and explaining all that happened, because remember his chat was being awful to him, and he just wanted to kind of give them an incentive to behave, and everyone yelled at him about that. Like, dude, if your chat is being a bunch of spoiled brats and whining all the time, I think it's fair for the streamer to remind them that they need to remember the rewards that they have. Like DSP gave them a lot, and they were like shitting on him, like spitting on his face. He gave him so much, and I think DSP just wanted them to remember how generous he was with the moral support. He even called it moral support because he thought it was funny, and he agreed with them, and he liked the meme. And these people were shitting on him for it. It's so disgusting. Like, can you imagine you stream every day for people, and these people shit on you every day, and they make fun of the things that you gave them? Like, that would I think he did the right thing by like reminding them their place and for them to work for a reward. Like, come on.
I would never be able to come on stream every day and do what I do. I would be Review Tech USA. I'd be the guy who just comes on stream.
And this is actually a very personal beef too. He brings up Rich from Review Tech USA, who's falling apart at the seams. Like this guy, a lot of people talk about his family and his family life. And look, I'm not gonna talk about that because, like DSP, I think that is a low blow. But his life is pathetic and a piece of shit. Like DSP tried to help his image by having him join in on this Snake stream, the level 666 podcast. DSP stayed up all night setting it up, and this fucker, this fat fuck, this little bitch, showed up and was talking about microphones. Like, he was talking about microphones, and DSP had this hot fucking emails of PPP trying to fly him out. Like, PPP was so desperate for attention, he was willing to fly DSP out. That shows you how much of a hot commodity and how much of how much value DSP has as a person. Like that's what DSP is to everyone, a very valuable commodity.
I have to react to every single thing. Let me watch every negative thing someone said about me today. Let me do this, that. Do you really think that you want me to be Review Tech? Or do you want me to just do my own thing and actually not care about these morons who just talk about me every day? I don't care what they say. You literally couldn't have... You can't get to me anymore with this nonsense because I have been through it. I mean, just the fact that you're like, well, Turkey Tom made another documentary. Yeah, he just did. He just made one like 2 years ago. He made another one? He must really either be bored or have nothing to work with. Like... another one?
And we all know what Turkey Bitch is doing anyway. He wants this guy to respond, and then Turkey Bitch is gonna respond on his other channel about, oh, DSP said this, and he's gonna try to get DSP's attention because obviously Turkey Tom just wants his clout, like everyone else. Everyone else is trying to steal his clout. Now you may say, Theo, aren't you like doing that too by uploading this video? I am just explaining the positive aspects of DSP streams. So many videos are negative and toxic. You go to YouTube and it's just, oh, DSP did this, DSP did that, and it's like all negative bullshit. I think it's time to really show the positive of DSP, and I think that's what this is. I think I was too hard on him for all these years that I was making videos about him, and I think now I'm actually coming around. I've talked about this with the Chainsaw Man series finale. That's like, oh, you have to come around to it. You read it once, it's like, oh, I don't know. Then you think about it, and eventually you'll come back and say, this is actually really good. And I think that's what DSP is, and I didn't notice that. Like he really is a guy that just ages, and you'll eventually come around on his content. That's how like uh avant-garde it is.
Seriously. You already had that. You already beat the dead horse. You're doing it again. You're going back to the well so soon.
Oh,
You
and
really
by the
have
way,
no-
how could I not mention how frequently he changes the animations to be seasonal and timely. Like now he has all these springtime animations. It's really like nice. I watch a stream in like my basement full of spiders and shit, and hearing this, it's like, oh, it's springtime. Oh, it's so nice. Like that's what I pick up from this.
nothing to work with or no creativity. But then again, I mean, all he does is make documentaries about others. He doesn't make original content. So he has to keep going back to the well. Like I said, these misery brokers, a day when someone else has a bad day is a day when they have a good day. That's a miserable way to live. I can literally do whatever I want every day, play a game, hang out with you guys, do this, do that. We're good. Don't have to rely on others to have any kind of level of success because I can create my own.
Yeah,
Why would I give a shit what
that is what people don't understand, because he just said like how he doesn't rely on others. Now, of course, the stupid trolls are gonna say, well, Phil relies on strangers giving him support. Look, this is just part of the structure of crowd-funded independent streamers, and I think we need to understand that and accept that. But he can like set the terms of his own success. And I think like him getting rid of the goals is great, and he gets to really value what amount is a successful amount. Like recently he's been saying like $100 isn't enough, but I don't think he's saying that. Uh, stream's a complete failure. I just think he just wants people to kind of get motivated to give a little more than 100. I don't think he's saying 100 is bad. I just think he's saying that he, they could have given him a little more. And I think that's fine. I think that's like fine for streamers to say, because again, you have to remind, like when you have an audience that gets so immersed in the content, you do need to remind them because they may get lost in it, because it's really that meaningful.
what anyone says about me. I've been through this. I've succeeded in every single case. I have persevered through every single hardship. Nothing anyone says or does about me hurts me. I'm good. I'm bulletproof. I don't give a shit.
All right, another self-reflection segment. You can really reflect on what you just said, and really think about
I
it.
could literally sit here and talk all about this, but I don't care. I really, it's
And
not like
guys,
Turkey Tom hasn't been in the news in the last year, and there's not a lot to talk about there, but I don't
oh,
care.
oh, I think he's like insinuating like there was some drama with Turkey Tom. I don't know the details. I think some people said that he got like I don't like using the term exonerated, but like it got cleared up. It got cleared up. Uh, and honestly, did it? I think no one gives the same credence to DSP. He did a debunk stream in like 2018, 2019. No one said that he cleared it up. He even showed receipts by explaining what people thought was going on. Like he explained the Project 7 stuff. Then he did he reacted to the June the King thing where he came clean about everything, and no one is saying that what he said was cleared up. And I think it's a little unfair because he actually like talked about it. Now everyone's like, "Oh, why doesn't he show receipts or proof that he sold his account?" Guys, like we don't know how long ago he sold it, and he doesn't want to show personal information, and it wouldn't be fair for the person he sold it to. Like, he'd be putting another stranger in danger of trolls attacking him, and I don't think DSP wants that to happen, because if you look at what was going on with the account, it was getting like thrown around and bullied off of every subreddit, and to the point where it would just be banned. Like, you couldn't even talk about it. I just don't think DSP wants to put this stranger in danger. You know. Meanwhile, we're just led to believe that whatever Tricky Tom's drama was, that it got cleared up because of of what? What cleared him up exactly? Like, I don't think anyone even knows. I think it's just hearsay, and it could be AI. I mean, I don't know. But no one gives the same credence to DSP when he explains what's going on. Like, it's airtight what he said about WWE champions. Like, I'm tired of even bringing this up, honestly. But like, he sold the account on a black market website for some amount of money, and he did it because he was struggling for money. Okay, like, this all adds up. And he was like, think about it. But whatever. No one will think about this because they just want to see the negativity and the toxic aspects of DSP. It's really unfair.
I don't. It's not what I bother with. It's not my content. I don't give a shit. You know?
And he at least says he doesn't care.
That's
and he
right.
won't talk about
I spend time
it.
talking about how people don't care about what they say about me because you guys bring it up. You notice today I didn't say a word about anything. I wasn't aware of this. I knew nothing about it till you brought it up all day for the last 90 minutes. I know nothing about it. I don't care.
Yeah, they brought it up. Now, of course, they're gonna say, why can you ignore it? Like, dude, he's sitting there and they're just saying it over and over and over. Eventually, you're gonna crack if you're asked the same question. Okay?
I don't.
Like, that's what he goes through.
Because I don't. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to react to it. I don't give a crap about it. Why do I give a fuck?
You got to think about what he said. Like, that's what these little silences are. Very cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Yorkshire says, why do you count a super chat as $100 when you only get 65 out of that? You're shooting yourself in the foot. Well, first off, I actually don't know if I get 65 or not. I don't sit here doing mathematical computations.
Oh my god, this dude is trying to bait DSP into like doing math. Like, dude, he's being generous. He's counting $100 and he's being generous to you, and you're telling him to do math on top of that? Like, come on.
About what I actually get from a super chat or whatever. I just don't. Okay. I don't actually know the answer to that. I don't know if I keep 66, if I keep 70. I don't know. That's number one. Number two, it's not all that serious. Like, all of my streams are successful.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if it was 65,
like,
100.
All these people bringing this up, like, he is successful. Like, come on.
It doesn't matter. I'm good. If I was literally counting every dollar, if I was living stream to stream, paycheck to paycheck, then it would be a concern. It's not. Just like years and years ago, it used to be a huge concern if someone dropped a bunch of fake subs on the channel, right? If someone would come by and say, oh, here's 50 subs, and I'd think that I made $150, and in reality, I made like 52 cents, that would be a big concern. It's not anymore. I'm good.
Oh, that's... he did change. He made a big deal. Like, he was yelling at people about it. He was going... it was crazy. But now, he actually is more calm. Like, when it happens, he actually just, like... he doesn't, like, freak out anymore. Like... And I think he allows the membership pop-ups to show up now when it happens, I think. It's actually really cool. Like, he actually does, like is okay with it now. That's another thing. He's rolling with it because he's so supported. He's so successful.
Don't have to worry about it. Spedgy, I've heard about this. He says, will you check out Marvel Maximum Collection as a one-off? So there is a collection of games that either just came out or is coming.
I'm sorry, I don't care about Marvel.
Which is a beat 'em up. X-Men game has this.
Like, these are general takes everyone agrees with.
more
Like, I don't think it's interesting to like listen to this.
doesn't work. And a bunch of the reviews all say that. I was just looking, they all said the netcode's bad, the netcode's bad. That's pretty sad. So Habib, thanks for £2. He says, "Are you going to play Life is Strange Reunion?" We already answered that, but I'll for the sake of reiteration, for those who weren't here for the beginning, original Life is Strange,
I'm again.
There's also been terrible iterations of Life is Strange, like
He's probably gonna skip it
after the
because
fact
he
that
really
the
wants to
last
think
game
about
ended
the
with almost a
enjoyment
cliffhanger where it's
of his audience. And I
than
think
how
that's
it
like
used to be.
important.
And what I mean by that is everything has become political. Everything has become a culture war. So right,
Yeah. Oh my God, he's so right. He's
the
so
current
right.
climate of content creation and online viewership is very different than how it used to be. And what I mean by that is everything has become political. Everything has become a culture war. So right now, if I were to play Life is Strange Reunion, and it's a game starring two girls who basically have a romantic connection with each other, and there's a lot of liberal themes, most of the time when I'm playing it, you're going to have people on stream saying, "This is woke. This sucks. This is woke. Play something else. Stop playing woke shit." Just like happened last year when I played South of Midnight.
Yeah, it's such bullshit. Like, so many people just bitch and moan about nonsense. Like, DSP is picking the games that he thinks is fun, and everyone is like, and of course, it has to go political. Oh my God, Phil, this is woke. Like, oh, okay, bitch. Like, you'll bitch. You're gonna say that? Like, he's putting out the stream. He's the one that's playing it, not you. Like, you could just at least let him enjoy something for once in his life. But of course, everyone has to be like, "Oh, Phil, this YouTuber said it's woke, so it must be woke." And he just wants to play it. He just wants to enjoy video games, and everyone wants to wrap him up in political discourse. Phil, what do you think of woke? So of course it's gonna taint his enjoyment of streaming. And it's sad. He has to skip the game because people keep crying and bitching about woke. He just can't play the game because of these bunch of woke ass babies.
Okay? I don't want to go through that again. Okay? If there was nothing going on in games right now, I'd be like, all right, let's play it. But I already have a full schedule of games that are all working well, and I want to stick with that. I'm not saying that I would never go play Life is Strange Reunion. I'm just saying right now I don't think it would work. We're already busy, and there's no real demand or clamor for it.
But he is so understanding that maybe we can still go back to it. And he did say he's very busy, so it's hard to really see the real reason why he can't even play it. You know, at first I thought it was because of the woke bitch babies, but I don't think, maybe it's not that. You know, I think it's interesting. He brings that up, and then he brings up the schedule, and then ends it with maybe in the future. Like, these all have different meanings, and I think it's up to you to interpret what you think he meant. Like, what do you what do you think he meant by saying that the game is political culture war, and everyone's gonna complain in his chat that it's woke, and the schedule is filled with other games that he wants to play more than this game, but he may go back to it. Like, do you guys think that's a no or a yes? I mean, you could say it's a maybe, but I think if it was a maybe, he would have said that, but he also didn't give a definitive answer. It really is like a hey, you interpret what you heard, and it's true however you think it. Like, if you think he's gonna play it later, that is true. Just like in my truth, that he's very busy, that's why he's not playing it. But it could be your truth that he said no because he doesn't want to be bullied by the woke babies. So I think it is like a very open interpretation kind of thing, and this is like a very David Lynchian response to it. I have to say, like, I think that's interesting that a streamer is actually getting avant-garde with his reactions and responses
for it. And things have changed when it comes to content. Just being honest here, okay? So that's just my take. That's why we're not playing it right now, okay?
And like he says, that's his take, also implying that there could be other takes on what he said. That's
What's up, Chris? How are you
really
today?
interesting. Like, no other streamer does this.
They are making that, right? Yeah, they are making a Life is Strange TV show, supposedly. They're going to finally make a show based off the series. So that'll be interesting. They got a lot of stuff to work with, right? You got the original Life is Strange, and then you've got
Oh yeah, you have a lot of stuff to work on. Like he's such a visionary.
to. All right, guys. So last chance, if you would like to ask any supporting, having a great time with
Oh, let's listen to this.
the show, so that I can actually go on my break and we can actually play some Dragon Quest today.
Oh, and he told us he's going on a break, and
Again, I
he's-
want to say thank you. I appreciate all of you for
oh,
hanging out.
and he appreciates the audience. How many streamers say that? Not a lot. I don't think any streamer says that. DSP is the only person to ever say that he appreciates us. That's oh my god, dude, that's
Chilling,
so cool.
supporting, having a great time with me here today. It's all good. Thank you, guys.
I'm sure oh my god, this is actually like meaningful. Okay,
Well, that's it.
oh.
End the show. We can end it right now.
Wow, no one wanted to
The air
say
conditioner has
anything.
worked very well. It's nice in here. It's the perfect temperature of it's cool. When it gets stuffy,
Oh, he also said his AC.
not putting myself through that crap again. The weirdest part is the rest of my house is cool.
Okay.
To 30 degrees than it is outside. Pretty ridiculous. Spoon says, what if your supporters came together and made a positive documentary about me? They very well could. There's tons of positive things to say about my history and the stuff that I've done, but it won't make any money because no one cares.
Yeah, like, and that is the truth. No one will care. Like, he got 4th place at Evo, and everyone, like, dogs on him about it. And I think I talked about this in another video, but, like, how many people signed up for that tournament? Not a lot of people, because all these people are a bunch of babies, and he actually, like, had the courage to actually play the version of Super Turbo that was at Evo. Then he did qualifiers, kind of just as a big fuck you to the FGC and the Cannon Brothers. Like, it was actually not just to compete in Super Turbo. He just wanted to prove the point that he is the true gamer, and and Super Turbo is his game and no one else's. That's why he did that. Like, a lot of people may say that he cockblocked younger talent or potential rising stars of Super Turbo, but he was really just showing that it was his game, and he will not let anyone take his position in that game. Like, he wanted to make everyone know it was his game, because no one acknowledged that, and he stood up for it. He stood up for that game. He pioneered playthroughs. We talked about this in this video, and he's the first ever independent streamer. Like, how many streamers are independent like Phil?
The people on the internet are toxic. All they want to hear is the downfall, the downfall, the downfall. They don't want to hear about, oh, the upturn. They just want to hear about the downfall. Quite frankly, that's it. That's all they want.
All right, we get to think about this again. Another thoughtful introspection segment. We really get to sit with what he just told us.
I'm still waiting for the downfall to happen. I'm still, really, I'm waiting. When is it going to happen?
Yeah,
everyone keeps saying it. Everyone, the downfall, the downfall.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
great. Well,
exactly.
Today I got great attention.
Yeah, everyone keeps saying he's gonna lose his house. When's he gonna lose his house? His house is still here. Like, it's very clear that he's a successful guy.
Great support. We had a great podcast. We're going to play a fun game. Tonight we're going to play RimWorld. That's going to be a great stream. After, we end the podcast, I'm going to go spend some time with my wife.
Oh, he's going to squeeze time with his wife. See how much he's sacrificing to spend time with his wife? Like, dude, this guy is...
Back on stream, chill. Like, my life is great. So when is the downfall coming exactly? I'm still waiting. Like, everyone says that word, but I'm still awaiting it. I'm, looking all around me. It's weird because I still live in the really nice house in the private neighborhood. I have the best studio setup I've ever had. It's insanely professional, high-end equipment I'm surrounded by. I get to play whatever games I
Yeah.
want for a living. I have a great audience who support me. I'm waiting, like, when is this downfall occurring? Because everyone uses the word to basically get people to watch garbage, but there's never happens. I'm still waiting.
Yeah, it will never happen. It will never happen. And I think people need to understand that. Like, he's gonna stand the test of time. All these trolls are gonna fade into obscurity, and DSP is gonna just stand there on top of their graves. When was the last Evil AJ video? Exactly.
Oy, oy, oy.
When was the last Tevin
down.
video?
But again, it's not even
Yeah,
going down. I
exactly.
want you to think
Because
about the
DSP's
last couple of
outliving
years.
everyone.
Realistic. Let's end the podcast with positivity, shall we?
Yes.
Let's think
Let's
about the
go.
last couple of years for me. Okay.
Okay, let's think about this.
What has happened to me in the last couple of years? All right. Let's see. I lost a ton of weight. I've actually become
And
healthy.
it's obvious. Okay, I got to address the conspiracy theory. Everyone thinks that he's on Ozempic. I don't think he is. I just think his head is very big because he's a very smart guy. I think like, you know, he has a very big brain because it's just filled with thoughts. And I think I think it also looks big because, you know, some people don't know this, but his mom cut his hair in fucked up ways when he was a kid. His mom, like, really fucked him up. I kind of wonder if there was some abuse going on. It's kind of bullshit. She didn't want to give him a Wolverine toy. Like, who does that? And she fucked up his hair. Like, yeah, he probably had great hair, and his dumb fucking mom was like, oh, let me just get the lawnmower and just fucking go to town. Like, does she even know what hair is? I don't know. She might be really stupid. And he said that in the video when everyone like uses it to like dunk on him, but he was just stating a fact that his parents were just fucking stupid. And, like, let's be real. He had great hair until his mom cut it. Like, honestly, that was when he had good hair. Then when she cut it, bad hair. Like, is that a coincidence?
Healthy and muscular. I cleaned up my lifestyle outside of the work. Okay, I really did. My lifestyle has become much better. My relationship with my wife is great. My life outside of the streams is absolutely great.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about everything on the streams.
Okay.
Okay. My studio, fully upgraded. 2 high-end gaming PCs. 2 high-end monitors. Professional studio quality audio, right? Oh, by the way, I just realized we didn't have any music playing this whole time because I was reacting. I guess I'll play a little bit for the end. Sorry about that.
Oh my god, finally. I was wondering where it went.
Background music.
The music.
Right? For all of my content now. Great.
Oh, and it's good
know,
music
lighting,
too.
Looks, everything.
I love the AI music. It's actually really like interactive if you think about it.
Fully upgraded. All right? Support. Better than it has ever been. To the point where now I have flexibility to literally play and do whatever I want on any given stream. I now have an audience for podcasting,
Yeah, like
an audience for chill vibe content.
That's so true. That's so true. You can play anything now. Like, that opens the possibilities of what he could play. Oh my god, this guy, like, he figured something out.
Rage bait content. Literally, I have an audience for so much different kinds of stuff that as I get older, I don't have to be pigeonholed into doing one kind of content. I can branch out and do multiple kinds, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So, here's the truth. Okay,
now we're gonna get
better
the truth.
and better and better. Now, what's happened is reality isn't in line with the fallacy of what people say about me on the internet.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
on the internet, everyone wants to believe that I'm doing bad so they can feel better about themselves. So they literally fabricate tons of negative shit that isn't true. That my relationship with my wife is falling apart.
Yeah, what's the evidence on that? Oh, she doesn't show up on stream. Oh, DSP says some weird things that wouldn't work in a normal relationship. Guys, they don't have a normal relationship. They have a very meaningful, unique relationship. You just don't understand it. You think it's not working because of your own little baby brain vision of what a relationship is. he has one that's so like robust and meaningful, you just can't comprehend it. Your feeble little brains could not like process what his relationship is. It's so unique. You just can't see it.
That secretly I'm broke. All of this. I want you to think about this. If I was secretly broke, why would I have abolished the goals on stream? Why would I have made it that we don't even have a monetary amount that we're trying to hit each stream? That we stopped doing celebrations. We stopped doing putting on vests and hats. We stopped doing.
Yeah, now of course everyone's gonna bring up the Pokemon stream, Slay the Spire, but like he was talking about like a specific criteria for those streams, and just saying in general the frequency of support was not good. Like it wasn't the amount. He didn't say the amount because he didn't tell us the amount he was looking for. But everyone has this theory that it's $150. Like, did he say that? When on video did he say, I'm looking for this amount of money in the last month? Never happened. You can't prove it. You can't prove it because it didn't happen. Everyone only is basing this because when the tip goal just happens to be over $150, he seems to be okay with it. And then when it's under, seemingly, he just also happens to be against it. And they think that's evidence. Guys, that's circumstantial. You think you can arrest someone on circumstantial evidence? Yeah, right.
Doing DSP tries it as a reward. Instead, I just do stuff for fun. We just chill, right? Why would I have taken that away if I was desperately in a bad way? It doesn't jive logically. Their narrative does not actually hold up any kind of weight when you compare it with facts.
Yeah.
But
and I think I look back at my videos and I think my issues, I didn't think about reality when I was doing them. I kept talking about my own perspective on dumb shit. Like I even like talk about other things, and I don't think that's fair. I'm actually looking at this with the mentality of realism, and I'm seeing really what he's laying down.
Must proceed. Their narrative must be pushed. Why? Because if everything that I tell you is true about how good I'm doing, then their entire shtick all these years was wrong. The whole fallacy of everything Phil does is wrong and all he's the eternal downfall. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's not
What
eternal.
Downfall? I am literally going up like this right now.
Yeah.
My content is recovering. Whenever I cover a new hot game and I have a
now
review,
everyone may say, "Oh, he's constantly recovering." He said this last year, the year before, whatever. But I think he means it now because he's not actually trying to look for other people to collaborate with. And I think it is improving because he didn't have to like fall back on goals. So I think he's like
you or something
right
to talk
on.
about it. I get good attention, engagement, and support on it. I get people who come by and really appreciate the fact that I'm still honest about stuff all these years later. And I am not beholden to any sponsors. I am not beholden to any companies or any streaming service or anything. I can say and do whatever I want. I'm good.
Yeah. Like, all these streamers are shills and fake-ass fuck people. Little bitches, if you ask me. And this guy actually says stuff from the heart that's real. Like, you know, he plays so many games, and he's honest about the games he's playing. And he gives them another chance. You know, like, it's actually really nice to see a streamer actually be honest for once.
I am in the best position I have been in many, many years. Everything has gotten so much better for me over these last 3 years. I love it. Everything has improved dramatically. I'm no longer nervous day to day about, oh my God, how am I going to afford this? How am I going to make do with this? You know, it's all good. My life is great. So where's the downfall?
Yeah.
Where? Even
And
the
of course,
things you can say, well,
oh,
you and, you know, your addictions to this and that. There's no addictions.
oh yeah, people have been making up fallacies about his addictions, his gin, his alcoholism, and I don't think he's any of these things. I don't think he has any addictions.
Even if there might have been missteps in the past and there might have been problems that I had, they're all gone.
Yeah, he
They're
cleared
all
it up.
fixed. I'm not playing mobile games and spending money on them anymore. I'm not.
Yeah, he's not playing MOBA games anymore. He moved on from that, okay? Everyone he kept saying he did MOBAs. He's not doing MOBAs. Maybe he dabbled in MOBAs, but he's not doing
Having an
MOBAs.
unhealthy lifestyle behind the scenes anymore. I've listened to feedback and branched out and did variety of content. Just because you can't deal with that and you can't cope with it, so you lie about it, doesn't mean that what I say isn't true.
Yeah, a lot of streamers, like a lot of streamers just can't comprehend that they're just putting their misery onto him. Like they want him to be miserable because they're miserable and they can't like accept that and they want to tear him down. Like he says all the time. And I think that's really true. When you really get to the bottom of it, when you look at these detractors, they're actually really miserable and sad. Like I'm sure when they're done with their stupid video, they start crying. I bet they hit upload and they're like, they probably do shit like that all the time because they're just miserable. They're just jealous that this guy is able to just turn on the camera and say whatever he wants.
Isn't true. It just means you are miserable. You can't stand the fact that DSP has done the right things to improve his life.
He did everything correct.
So you lie about it constantly. And you make clips over here that are not representative of reality, and you make documentaries over here that say it's the
all these
downfall.
clips. They keep calling me a game journalist. Where's his journalist degree? What website does he work for? He's not a game journalist. Everyone says he is because a game journalist look at video games. But guys, he's an actual gamer. And people also bring up Sony using his gameplay to like prove that game sucks now because of him. But here's the thing. Did they use your gameplay? No. They chose his because they know he's a meaningful gamer with a lot of value that they want to illustrate the value of their work. And what better way than to show these, because the clip doesn't even focus on the yellow paint aspect of God of War. Like he was saying, like he was describing like, oh, we're home, like he's discovering like the game design. And the designer said, look, he understood his game design. He was able to comprehend the intrinsic design of the game that I don't think a lot of people understood. I think when they played God of War, this is 2018 one, not Ragnarok, that the game design was so like artistic and very intricate that DSP was able to pick up what was being said. It's actually really interesting.
And you do nonsensical garbage content every day. It doesn't affect me. I'm immune to you. In fact, I succeed in spite of you. Do you understand? The fact that every day I'm here still winning, even though you are a loser who has to lie, that says something. In fact, it speaks volumes.
Yeah.
So I'm doing great. Where on earth is there a downfall? I'd love to hear it. Like, there's never a justification. It's always the same memes, the same regurgitation of the same bullshit. No one can live with the reality that
and you notice that they don't bring up any evidence. Like, they talk about his wife, and they don't have her on. They don't show what's going on between them. They say, oh, this is going to be, between them. How would you know? They have a meaningful relationship.
Doing great, and you're miserable because I proved you wrong. The distinct choices I've made in the last couple of years, the casino arc, the interview with Asmongold, it was all by design, and it's all worked out very strategic.
Look how smart he was. He PvP thought he got filled by having him show us his underwear and to dance for us and all this other stuff. But in reality, DSP is the one. He's the one that got him. Think about it. He was in his DMs making up with nonsense, and of course everyone's saying, well Theo, what about the stuff he said about his wife and his mom in his DMs? Okay, first off, like, did she get hurt in that? She wasn't hurt by that because it was just a DM. It was just text to another dude that he wasn't being serious with it, because remember, he was lying. And he said he had an army of pets. Oh, he's concerned about his mom. Like, this is all bullshit. And it's okay because no one got hurt. And I think a lot of people, like, want to look at the emotional damage or the quality of his character. but you don't understand. He was doing it to get to PPP. Like, he wanted PPP to like feel bad for once. Like, he was trying to teach PPP a lesson of like, hey, don't force me to do drama, because what if this happened? But he couldn't say that, so he did it like realistically, so like he would feel those emotions realistically. Like, it really was just to teach a point that you can't force him to do stuff. And he was trying to show Kino Casino the light. I think what he was trying to do is he was trying to get the Kino Casino to make positive content, and they just weren't listening to him. And they just didn't want to listen to someone that has been around the block. Same with Asmongold. Now, of course, DSP wanted to clear the air with Asmongold because he was afraid that Asmongold was going to spread lies about him. And he also enjoyed the talk of game. He had such a take, such as the Twitch video was bad. Like, sure, everyone was saying that at the time, but I think DSP actually meant it, because he was saying it even before the controversy with Emiru. Like, he was saying this before that, if you think about it. And he talked about the gaming industry. And I think it's interesting. DSP played a lot of AAA games. He knows a lot about the AAA pipeline, and he has a lot to say about that. And I think it's true that a lot of gamers don't look at indies because they think it's disgusting, pixelated baby shit, and they want movies with big, gorgeous graphics with a lot of polygons. And I think that's what a lot of people look at. And DSP like was saying that
strategically well for me and my family and my business, and I'm doing good. And if you can't understand that and or accept it, you're a miserable wretch who should seek help. Because if you're actually upset that DSP is doing good, that means more about you and says more about your own mindset than anything that I've ever done.
Yeah. Like, it's really interesting that how many people like shit on this guy. Like, this is just a normal podcast.
Okay. I think it's time to end the show.
And he said he wanted to end it like 5 minutes ago, and he kept going because he really cared.
And then we'll get ready. So here's the deal. There will not be another podcast for a bit, because again, what I've been doing is saving up podcasts so that we can do them at the right time, so that I have a lot to talk about. So if there is a day with a ton of gaming news, and if there is a day with a whole bunch of fun stuff going on and we want to address it, right?
We will do a podcast.
Then we will.
Oh my god,
But in the meantime, we'll do DSP morning shows, which are much shorter. They usually stay around an hour long. We just chill, we build up attendance, and then we get to a lot more gameplay. I feel like these days people are enjoying more of a focus on the gameplay. Getting 3+ hours in rather than only 2 is better. And
now, of course, everyone would say, oh, but didn't he used to do like 4 hours, 4 to 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours of gameplay? Yeah, but like I think now he's understanding that like he wanted to cut back because he wanted to do more chill content, but now he can kind of dabble.
And I want to do more of that. So that is what we will do for most of this week. I guarantee you there will be another podcast this week, at the very least at the end, maybe the tail end like Friday. But in the meantime, we'll play it by ear, we'll see what happens, and we'll go from there. Okay?
Okay.
Alrighty, everybody. So thank you very much for an awesome week-starting episode of the Level 1 podcast. I hope that you guys have enjoyed. I certainly have.
Oh, look at the hard work.
I can't wait for all the fun we're going to have this week with these 6 games that are all working in the schedule. Thank you so much. I will see you soon. Peace out.
All right. I'm gonna watch a little bit of this. I'm not gonna guarantee to all of it. But let's just get.
Thank you, Omega Sauce. See me.
Let's skip on ahead a little bit.
Do it right from the beginning. Of course, I have to learn how this.
Okay, we're taking forever to get to this movie. He has a lot to say. He's a very. Now, everyone who reacts to trailers would be like, dude, Bowser Jr.! But not Phil. Phil is actually, like, giving us, like, very nonchalant, meaningful expressions that are actually, like, really, really, like, informative.
I demand that you release my father.
Over my
my dead body.
Fine with me.
So far, that's not so bad. So far. Okay.
Okay. He's actually
But-
being fair.
Isn't
He's
this technically melding the plots of Mario Sunshine and Mario Galaxy? Because wasn't Bowser Jr. from Mario Sunshine originally?
oh my god, he's putting it together.
I think.
Like no
right?
no other streamer thought this. No one else. Like everyone is talking, "Oh, Mario Galaxy movie. Oh my god, Super Smash Brothers." Blah blah blah. But Phil actually saw through the marketing hype and was like, "Wait a minute. He was in Mario Sunshine." No one said that. Like they showed this and all people talked about was, "What? Bowser Jr. sounds a little different." But Phil knows he was in Mario Sunshine. What's he doing in a Galaxy movie?
I'm not getting that wrong, am I? I'm pretty sure.
My Koopas! Your king has returned!
Long live the king!
The Bowser name shall be feared once more.
Oh no!
See, he's not like-
Calm down.
Again, everyone else would be like saying whatever, but he's letting us know by his expression.
Oh, princess, you're going to regret that.
Now, I'm surprised DSP didn't say this, but the casino level, I think, was the casino level in Sunshine, and that's supposed to have booze in there. And you didn't see any booze. I mean, that... I'm just saying.
So it's not even just Super Mario Galaxy, it's actually Super Mario Odyssey 2. It has the T-Rex.
Oh my god.
So do you see what
And you know what? I would never picked up on the T-Rex. He is right. T-Rex was in Mario Odyssey. Out of all the things that was from Mario Odyssey that was in this trailer, the T-Rex was really subtle. I'm glad he highlighted that. I would not have picked that up. And he's right. I think it's a little weird that they're combining 3 Mario movies. Like they're not really respecting the lore of Mario. Like they're just kind of just saying, "Oh, here, buy our slop. Buy the slop of Mario Galaxy." And it's not like any respect for Mario and his adventures. Like there, I remember playing Mario Galaxy and it made me cry in like multiple parts. And to see that they're gonna like milk it like this, I don't know. I don't know about this movie.
See what I'm saying about this? This is not Super Mario Galaxy movie. This is Super Mario 2, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Odyssey. It's called Super Mario Pop Culture Slop.
Yeah.
They crushed it all together into one movie. It won't make any sense whatsoever. If you're a fan of Mario, you'll
Yeah,
have
all they're gonna, and I saw one early review, and they said that they kidnapped Rosalina in this stupid movie that never happened in the games. Rosalina was never kidnapped. It was Peach that was kidnapped. Like, see, I'm surprised. Disney's actually so like observant on like obscure Mario lore. He's not even willing to address the elephant in the room. Princess Peach was never in this kind of position to actually fight or do anything. It was more. It would be more believable and accurate if it was Rosalina in that place instead of Princess Peach. But I think maybe it's because like they couldn't afford Brie Larson for Rosalina. And maybe they were afraid that they were going to be called woke for it. I don't know, because also it's also important to remember woke is over. When Trump won the presidency, we killed the woke establishment, and Comrade Woke Man got sent to the gulag. So we're no longer woke. So I don't think that they wanted to use Rosalina because Brie Larson is a problematic actress, and they're afraid that if they put her there, it's gonna be a whole pop culture grift warfare, pop woke slop, and they want to make sure that they can market this with everyone.
Nostalgia feelies because, oh, look, the thing from that game that I played is in it, but it's not actually anything significant or even coherent. Really, like, honestly, it's just not. It's just like the first movie.
This is all good points.
And then
like,
they have the stupid Mario theme here, like that matters. Like that
Yeah,
was playing to the movie in some way.
what a
No, it won't.
stupid
It's just this-
theme.
It's nostalgia slop.
they just want to use it for the sake of it. What's the logic behind using it?
I think it's funny. It's coming out April 1st. Like it's an April Fool's joke that the movie is bad, right? No,
Yeah.
it actually is.
I-
It's not, it's not
oh my
supposed to be
God,
a joke.
this
It
is
actually is
so
bad.
dumb.
You know? So yeah, it's lame.
I
I'm
think we should
sorry.
boycott this
Let me put
movie.
it this way: visually, it looks good, just like the first movie. Visually, it was appealing because the graphics of the CGI now are crazy good.
Yeah,
right?
they nailed the
But
graphics.
outside of that, you literally have 30 to 40 years of Mario games that you could have systematically made into a universe that made sense with a narrative that made sense.
Yeah,
And instead, you just
like,
decided
they're
crush it all.
they're kind of doing the DC Comics approach of cutting to the chase and focusing on a cinematic universe without the actual build up. They want to like kind of get there, and I think they showed Star Fox, and it's like, yeah, are we gonna be working towards a Super Smash Brothers movie already? We don't even have a Zelda movie out right now. Like, this is definitely a DC movie style rush to compete with Marvel, and I think that's kind of a bad idea. Like, Mario should not compete with Marvel. Why are we competing with Marvel with Mario? Let alone
All
Nintendo.
together to make an amalgamation of slop that doesn't mean anything, but it's flashy and the kids will go on to see it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is a dangling
bad.
keys kind of movie. It's
lame.
terrible.
Because again, it's something my whole life has been a part of my life, video games and Mario, and the fact that basically no attention or care to
Yeah,
detail or any.
Like, DSP has more care for the Mario property. Like, he has a piranha plant behind him, and a Mario hat, and a fake SNES controller. He got it fake because he was gonna use it to play like classic games. He couldn't, like, I don't think he could have gotten the Nintendo SNES controller, because I think that's it's overpriced and a ripoff. So he got that because it's a little bit more like variety. But this is like he has more respect for Mario than Illumination and Nintendo. Like, Nintendo, I mean, let's be honest, Nintendo's doomed, and they're gonna probably go bankrupt by this year. I think Switch 2 is doing terrible. Like, they have like a few games they released within a year, and now sales are slowing down. Like, I think Nintendo's I think it's over, guys. I don't think we're gonna see Nintendo for a while. I don't know if they're gonna even be at Summer Game Fest or have any more Nintendo Directs. Like, when is the next one? We don't even know. Like, they're not doing anything. Sure, people are talking about leaks, but I don't know. Well, I think that's it for this video. I think I'm gonna wrap it up on this beautiful day. I think we're all gonna enjoy the nice day that is April Fools. Thanks for watching this April Fool's video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.